Like your average 10-year-old boy, Luke Confer of Aaronsburg plays sports, likes video games, and enjoys hanging out with his friends. But he also has fun doing something a little different. Reporter Samantha Lance shows you.
What's the hardest part about putting something together like this?
Probably the head with the eyes.
Luke Confer has a pretty unusual hobby for a kid his age that he picked up from his dad.
I like being creative and having different ideas, and taxidermy really lets me be creative.
What started as a hobby that Jason and his dad bonded over has become a Confer family tradition.
He has very good hand skills, and at 5 years old, he actually used a scalpel and cut the eyeballs out of a fish because he wanted to help me.
Over the past few years, Luke's learned a lot from his dad and even came up with a pretty unique idea.
He was mounting my coyote, and he was prepping a form and was putting it together. And he's like, "Hey Dad, look, a bobblehead."
Last year, Luke and his dad worked together on their first.
Everything came together really well, and it was a huge hit as far as people looking at and interacting with it at the show. It was the only piece there where it says, "Touch my nose." Everything else was, "Please do not touch."
Now Luke wants to make one himself.
I'm making a bobblehead fox.
Taxidermy is a very tedious and time-consuming hobby.
Okay, now I'm just putting the head in the skin.
Jason told me that depending on the type of animal, the entire process from start to finish could take months.
That, and we take a nose to eye measurement, right?
Yeah.
The other night when we were prepping the fox head, it was a really proud father moment for me. I was just so proud of him watching him.
Luke will be competing in his first state taxidermy show in just a few weeks, entering a bobblehead fox like this bobblehead here. In Aaronsburg, PA, I'm Samantha Lance for the Center County Report.
Luke's dad says their bobbleheads are one of a kind and a first in the world of taxidermy. Now let's head over to weather anchor Jillian Bohenick for this week's weather forecast.
Thanks, Mike. And it was another cold night last night here in Center County. Temperatures here got down to the lower single digits, which is very unusual for this time of year. But after that system moved through Wednesday into Thursday, which has finally started to move out, temperatures dropped pretty significantly. But as you'll notice here on the satellite and radar, that system has moved quite a ways off to our south and east. Now, the southern extremities of Pennsylvania saw a few flakes last night, but that has finally made its way out. And we had a bit of a lack of cloud cover last night, which was pretty much the cause of those temperatures being able to get down as far as they did last night. Now temperatures now aren't too much better. We're still in the lower digits, pretty much around 10 degrees here, but State College has finally made it up to 14, and again, teens around Center County and a couple locations as we head out into the wider view of Pennsylvania, a couple locations still in the lower double digits, but we are looking at 21 there in Philadelphia, so there's still our quote-unquote warm spot, but can't say it's very warm there in Philadelphia. But as we take a look at the future cast, not really much to talk about now, nothing here on the radar, but as we put this in motion and head on later on tonight, we're going to see those clouds start to move in, but the bulk of the clouds will head in tomorrow morning, and with it, just pretty heavy cloud cover throughout the day, and we'll have a few bands of snow showers start to move into the region, but that'll pretty much stay to our north and west. So we may see a flake or two, but the bulk of it will be in the western and northern portions. As for the next several hours today, we have some sun, but it still will be cold as it will be around 24 degrees today, but that's our typical low temperature for now, so a little unlikely for March. But then as we head on into tonight, not quite as frigid as it was last night, but we will still be in the lower teens. And take a quick look at the week ahead. Again, tomorrow, a few clouds hanging around with some sunshine, but you'll notice those temperatures start to pick up pretty significantly, so we might see a taste of spring as we head on later into the week. You'll notice it'll start to pick up on Monday when we start heading on into the 40s, but keep in mind with these spring-like temperatures, it is almost that time for the daylight savings time, so you know what that means. It's bringing those clocks forward.
Yeah, Jillian, I'm so excited for these blue skies. I'm really over all the cold, the ice. Just want to get some warm weather.
It's such a relief to have all these nice skies, and with the ice on the ground, it's actually dangerous out there.
It is.
Thanks, Jillian. Let's head over to Zach now for sports.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Next in sports, DJ Newble has played his final home game as a Nittany Lion. See what the last 4 years have meant to him. And local baseball teams have been affected by winter weather. We'll show you how they've been able to beat these conditions and stay on top of their game.